Hi everyone, welcome to the History of Football channel. Tonight I'm doing another World Cup review and this is my third video for the tournament. This time I'm reviewing the match which just finished between France and Australia from the Al Janoub Stadium. It finished 4-1 in favour of France. Of course, France are the reigning World Cup winners and this is their 16th World Cup that they've qualified for. As for Australia, this is their 6th World Cup that they've qualified for. Their 5th in a row. Between 1974 to 2006, they hadn't qualified for a tournament, but they're making a habit of qualifying for World Cups over the last 15 to 20 years. And to start the match, I thought that Australia were the better side. I thought in their opening stages, I thought France were off their game a bit. They were a bit sluggish. For Australia, I thought that they were playing quite well. And then in the 8th minute, they took the lead. I couldn't believe it. It were a cross that come in from the right from Leckie. And on the end of it was Goodwin. And it was a cracking finish as well. It hit it really, really hard. Went into the roof of the net. Lloris, no chance. Australia were 1-0. And at the same time, Luca Hernandez, he did his knee, it looked like, when he was trying to tackle Leckie. He fell hard on it and he had to be taken off. His brother, Theo Fernandez, come on to replace him. And for that first 20 minutes, Australia were the better team, and you were kind of thinking, could this be another Saudi Arabia-Argentina type of a match? So in that opening stage of the match, Australia were playing quite well, and they were on top, and then that's when France come alive. They woke up and they started playing football, and it weren't long after that that Rabiot got the equaliser. Very nice goal on 26th minute. And then Giroud, in the 31st minute, scored his 50th goal for France. And it was a really well-worked goal as well. Very good to watch. And then in the 45th minute, Kylian Mbappe missed a sitter. And at that stage, it was 2-1. But you could tell how confident he is. He was kind of just laughing it off. But a player like Mbappe, one of the best in the world, he should really be scoring from that far out. It was a really good cross from Dembele, and Mbappe kicked it way over the bar there. And then a minute after that, it looked like France were going to regret missing that goal because Irvine hit the post for Australia straight after that missed chance from Mbappe. In the second half of the match, France were dominant. They were a lot better than they were in the first half. In the 49th minute, Olivier Giroud tried a bicycle kick. We've seen him do that before. This one went narrowly wide. In the 60th minute, Mbappe nearly scored off a really good 1-2 play. And it weren't too long after that that Mbappe got his goal, of the first goal of the tournament for him. And I'm pretty sure that he'll be scoring a few more. But 67 minutes, he gets his goal. It was a really good header from him. Hit the post and went in. And only 4 minutes after that, Olivier Giroud scored his 51st goal for France. And it puts him equal with Thierry Henry for the most goals ever scored for France. And this was another good goal from France. And pretty much for the last 20 minutes there or so, France could have got 5 or 6, but they just couldn't convert their chances. Australia never looked like scoring another goal after the header from Irvine in the 46th minute. They were chasing shadows at some stages, but they never gave up, Australia, and I think everyone should give them credit. Even though France won the match 4-1, Australia didn't play that bad. It's just that the likes of what France have in their squad, Griezmann, Giroud, Mbappe, and they got some quality players across the pitch, and that's even without the likes of Kanté, Varane, Benzema, Pogba. They're all out, and to still have a good squad like that with some of your main players out shows the depth that France have. I think based on this showing, I think Australia will fancy their chances against Tunisia. I think if they can play, especially in that opening 20 minutes like they did against France, they could give Tunisia a really good game, and I think that they can definitely get a result from it. The defence is a bit of a worry for Australia. They haven't had a clean sheet at a World Cup since 1974. And also I think their squad, out of other Australian squads I've known in the past, it's not the strongest Australian squad. I was looking at their team on paper, and I think there's only 2 or 3 players in the entire squad that play at the highest level in that respective league. Whereas if you look at France, they've got World Cup winners in their squad, Champions League winners, players that have played at the highest level for many, many years and play for some of the biggest clubs in Europe. So Australia were always going to be up against it tonight, but they put in a good showing against France, I thought. I think for France, though, definitely they're going to have to work on their defence for the next game against Denmark. I think the Danish players will be looking at that French defence and thinking that they can potentially get a couple of goals there, because there were times in the match when France looked a bit shaky at the back, but against the likes of Australia, they weren't too troubled in the end. So anyways, everyone, that's been a review of the France against Australia match. It's finished 4-1 in favour of France from the Al Janoub Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know who you thought were the best players of France and Australia. And let me know what you thought of the video in total. So this has been History of Football. I've got more World Cup videos coming out in the future. I'll probably be doing the Belgium against Canada match tomorrow. Stay tuned for that one. Anyways, everyone, tatty bye for now.